Ready?
Hello everyone, hello Omar. We are Team 9, Murat, Sherbet, Zosha, Mike, Alfie, and Migetano. And we, as a real estate development company, want to build a green condo in San Francisco. We want to make a statement towards sustainability. And that's why we want to create a model of vertical densification of nature here in San Francisco. Our idea is to have around 14,000 plants divided in shrubs, trees, and floral plants on the balconies of our apartments. We want to build a condo of 31 floors with 104 apartments. Therefore, they're going to be floors with 3 and other with 4 apartments. We believe that the use of plant is going to improve the air quality of the building overall, and therefore of the whole area around the building.
So our project scope is divided into 4 stages. The first stage is for us to travel, to have a meeting, to find the investors and the customers. It's finding the land and design the blueprint. That's why this is quite long time. It's around 2.5 years. After we approve the design blueprint, then we can start getting the permits and sufficient raw materials. This stage is around 4 to 6 months. Stage 3 is building the construction, the basement, the foundation, and the whole shell. And after we are done with stage 3, we will install all of our plants, and this is the most important goal. And as we are aware of the risk in delays in time, in our schedule, and also in the budget in projects such like this, for us the most important thing and the most important goal of this project are to stay within our planned cost and plan schedule. Our WBS is divided into 5 main groups. The first one is project management. Here we have to prepare the exact statement of work and also manage our stakeholders as our customers, our investors, our constructors, but also we would have to prepare the town hall meeting to show the project to the San Francisco community. The next group is planning. Here we have the technology planning, when the most important thing is the design of the blueprint. The resources planning are getting permits and the procurement as raw materials. The next step is the construction. Here we have the foundation, the whole shell, then some mechanical and electrical changes, and then the building finishes, and here we also install our plants. As I said before, the staying within the planned budget and planned time is very important for us. So here we have the quality management system, as we have to control our budget, schedule, and risk. And we will finish with the closure report.
And the network diagram looks over the main stages for the project's life cycle and the duration from start to finish, which is about 1,640 days. And the project, the stages are broken down into all the activities under each stage, with the first stage being the project charter, which busts into the stakeholder management and the project governance, and they both merge into the technology and the resources, procurement, construction, quality management systems, and closure, which is the critical path here. And for the project timeline on the next stage, so this shows us a start date of 2nd of January 2019 and the end date of the 14th of April 2023, with the stakeholder management, the technology planning, foundation, and building shell taking the longest duration. And each year is broken down into 4 quarters, and each project milestone is showing the duration through these quarters right here. And the technology planning comprises of the building blueprints and also the technical equipment required for the project's construction. And the foundation is like what the building sits on top, obviously, so this takes a long process too, and that's why it has a long duration on it. And the building shell consists of the building's main frame and the fenestrations on the exterior of the building, so this also takes a long period. And trying to manage the resources, the budgeting, and the scheduling and time. So the quality management system is run every first quarter of each year. And in the last year, you can see it's run towards the closure of the report here. So that's for the building timeline.
So like every other project, we did a stakeholder analysis. The stakeholders in our project will be the local authorities, the local community, the future residents, project investors, designers, raw material and plant suppliers, constructors and the media. So here the main key players are the project investors and the local authorities, because with the help of the local authorities we'll be able to get the permits, the permissions that are required to carry on with the construction. The project investors are the ones who would be investing in the project as they see it as a beneficiary in the future. Also, the local community will comply and help us with understand the know-how of the area. The designer is going to create the blueprint of the entire building, which will be later on constructed by the construction workers. The back-end work would be done by the raw material and the plant suppliers. And in the end, the media will help us create awareness and publicity for the project.
So as a project as big as this, it would be hard to come up with an exact estimation of the total budget. However, we use the bottom-up method to come up with the total cost of $81 million, with the majority of expense going to the construction area. For the construction cost, we think it's around $65 million, because San Francisco is one of the most expensive cities in the world for construction. With 30% going into land and then 60% going into the building, which include like site investigation and approval fees.
As a risk analysis, we constituted around 30 events, and these are most risky 5. Also, we analyzed likelihood and impact. Our most risky event is finding experienced engineer. This is new type of project in San Francisco. That's why we thought that mitigation plan should be created. And our mitigation plan is looking for qualified engineer from outside of the country. Our second event is delay in permit. That can make our project slower. That's why we decided that employing legal expert can mitigate our project, our risk. The last one is creative marketing content. We need to reach our potential customer. That's why hiring CMO should be beneficial for mitigating these risks. And Gaetano.
Okay, as the final takeaways, we hope that following our example, many more sustainable buildings are going to be created in all the cities around the world, and we hope that it's not going to be just 1 or 2 per city, but it's going to be many of the new buildings that are going to be built. And we know that this is a risky project. That's why we believe that this is so important to keep all the key stakeholders informed and engaged throughout the whole project. Thank you so much for your attention.
One or 2 questions?
Oli.
What would be the process for going around getting permits in San Francisco? How did you come up with the 4 to 6 months figure? And why did you choose San Francisco? Because it's one of the hardest places in the world to get a housing permit.
Because I didn't hear the first part of the
What
question.
would be the process that you would take to get the permit? How would you go about it to get it done in 4 to 6 months? Like, what would be the steps that you take to by getting the permit?
The permits?
Yeah.
Okay, the permit. Like, so that's why we have to first find the land and first find like have the designed blueprint, because like this is what permits are based on, basically. So yeah, I don't know.
That's why you have the 2.5 years.
Yes, that's why it's such a long, yeah. And the other what is San Francisco?
It being like a green building also, so like there's this process called like the lead recommendation, where like buildings are giving scores based on how green they are. So this already supports like California's weather issues that they have already. So obviously going to like get the permit will also help this process because it's a green building. So this supports the strength of getting the license, the permit for the building.
And also because a few days ago we saw the news that from 2020 all the new houses built in California are going to have solar panel on top of them. So like sustainability is becoming really a thing here in California. That's why we believe that in San Francisco, one of the main cities here in California, is a place for sustainability. Colby?
Yeah. So how many units in your apartment block?
what's your projected sellouts of ROI or whatever?
For the
For the building, yeah.
the buy persona, like
No, your projected sellout for the building. The return. The return on investment for the project. ROI.
Do you mean like how much like units to sell it for or what? Okay, so there are about like 104 units, so maybe like about between $2 and $5 million per unit. So the building costing about $85 million. This is about like $200 million back in return. So.
And also because our budget is based on similar project which was built in Italy, in Milano. So we also made some researches here in San Francisco. So we connected the budget is connected with this too.
of course we made an adjustment because in here it's way more expensive.
Yeah.
I mean it's more expensive than in Milan, like 20% more in Milan. Okay.
How is the building sustainable besides just like having a bunch of plants on it?
I mean, because it's a green condo, so we believe it is sustainable because like with the plants, it's gonna have a nice impact, a good impact on the area.
Yeah, I mean it's like when you can search the numbers. I don't remember the exact numbers, but you are building the vertical forest basically. So you have parks, but in many years, let's say people are changing the parks into buildings. So here you have the vertical park, you know.
Gotcha.
So
is it gonna have like a lower like energy use or water
also
use
the
or?
irrigation system also since it's a green building, so this is part of
this is one part, but the part why we have parks and why parks are important in the cities is the air quality, right? So this one improve the air quality. Yeah. So this is.
The last one, yeah.
So you just mentioned at the end that it's important for you to keep all your stakeholders like in contact with them all the time. I have seen in the network diagram and in the timeline that you specifically allocated a time just for that. How could you relate to the last one question? Or I don't know if I saw it right.
Yeah. So why we started with this, because our stakeholders are our investors. We need money and then to build this and to start the project. Also our customers. So that's why I don't know if you remember at the beginning I started that we will have travels and meetings all over the world with people that can be
Potential person.
Yeah, the person that can be interested in this project. And also the community here in San Francisco is also very important as the government, so that's why we also thought about the town hall meetings, showing what is it about, and yes. So that's why we have some time for this.
Thank you so much. Very good work.
Thank you.